a long train journey. I forget where to or where from, when I found myself sitting opposite a remarkable-looking fellow passenger. Remarkable because I found it quite impossible to tell his age. At first I thought he was an old man, but I soon saw that I was mistaken because he suddenly seemed very young. After that I was never quite sure. Anyway, it was he who told me the following extraordinary story. I suppose the story begins thousands of years ago, somewhere in Europe, when people of a great civilization loved, as you do, to watch plays. They built wonderful theatres, rather like modern circuses, only made entirely of stone. Some of these amphitheatres were as big as football stadiums. Others could hold only a few hundred people. On the outskirts of a large, sprawling, rumbling industrial city, the ruins of such a small amphitheatre lay hidden in a clump of pine trees. It was almost forgotten, save by a few archaeologists, and only visited by stray tourists from time to time, who clambered about, took a few snapshots and went away again, leaving the age-old silence again to the endless song of the crickets. Only the local inhabitants, mostly poor farmers and labourers, really knew about the amphitheatre. They grazed their goats there, their children played ball on what had once been the centre stage, and sweethearts were sometimes meet to sit there in the warm evenings. One day, however, word went around that someone had moved into the ruins.
Say, Mr. Guide, do you know anything about its history?
Madam, sir, there's nothing that good old guide does not know about this area. It so happens that this remarkable site is one of the most interesting relics of the old world. Now, as I'm sure you'll know, the Empress Harmonica waged countless wars in defense of a realm which was always under constant attack by the goats and the hens. Having subdued these barbarian tribes for the upteenth time, she became so infuriated by their endless troublemaking that she threatened to exterminate them once and for all, unless their king, Raucous too, made amends by sending her his pet goldfish. Now at that period, ladies and gentlemen, goldfish were still unknown in these parts, but the Empress had heard from a traveller that King Raucous owned a small fish which, when fully grown, would turn into solid gold. The Empress was determined to get her hands on this rare specimen. Well, King Raucous laughed up his sleeve at this. He hid the real goldfish under his bed and sent the Empress a baby whale in a jeweled soup dish. The fish didn't look a bit golden, but the Empress doted on it and fed it up. She watched it grow and grow. It grew out of the soup tureen, then out of the bathtub, then out of the imperial swimming pool, until, at last, she built this great round aquarium whose ruins you see before you, ladies and gentlemen. But while she was thus occupied, King Raucous marched into the country and conquered it in no time. The Empress threw herself into the aquarium, and then King Raucous ordered the whale to be slaughtered, and the population fed on whale steaks for a week. Which only goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, how unwise it is to believe all you're told.
Oh, fair dinkum, mate. When was all this meant to have happened then, eh?
I need hardly remind you, dear sir, that the Empress was a contemporary of the great philosopher Nauseous the Elder.
Oh, Nauseous the Elder. Nauseous the Elder?
Gee, oh, what a marvelously knowledgeable guide you are, and so handsome too. What about posing for a picture over here of this quaint local girl? Gee, Henry, don't they make such a cute picture?
Yes, dear. Come along now. We don't want to miss our bus.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, don't forget the money. See ya.
Well, well, what do we have here? So you like it here, do you? And you want to stay?
But won't you be missed? Shouldn't you go home?
This is my home.
Yes, but, well, where do you come from? Who are your parents?
There's no need to be scared. We'd like to help you.
What's your name?
Momo, that's a pretty name. Who gave it to you? I did.
When were you born, child?
As far as I can remember, I've always been around.
But haven't you got some relations? Someone who can give you a home.
This is my home here.
That's all very well, but you're only a kid. How old are you?
100.
No, seriously. How old?
102.
Look, Momo, would you mind if we told the police that you're here? They'll take you off to a proper children's home, give you food and a bed, teach you how to read and write. How about it?
No, I've already been in one of those places. The other children there too, and bars over the windows. We were beaten every day for no reason. It was awful. One night I climbed the wall and ran away. I could never go back there. Please don't send me back.
I can understand that, my child. Don't worry, we won't send you if you don't want to go.
Very well, dear, but you're still so little. Someone has to take care of you. I can take care of myself. Can you really? I don't need much.
Know something, Momo? We were wondering if you'd like to come and stay with one of us. It's true that we don't have much room and lots of children to look after, but we reckon one more won't make any difference. How about it?
Thank you very much, but couldn't you just let me go on living here?
Well, all right. But we'd still like to keep an eye on you here, and you must come and see us if there's anything you need.
Well, we can make a start by tidying this place up and make it look a bit like home. Nina, go outside the store and get some bits and pieces. Kids, go with Nina and get some food from the inn.
And that was the beginning of Momo's friendship with the people of the neighbourhood. You may think that Momo is very fortunate to have come across such friendly people, and this is precisely what Momo thought. But it soon dawned on her neighbours that they had been no less fortunate. She became so important to them that they wondered how they ever managed without her in the past. In fact, their fear became that she might someday move on. So Momo had a constant stream of visitors. The locals used to advise each other, why not go and see Momo, whenever they were worried or troubled. Was Momo so incredibly bright that she always gave good advice, or found the right words to solve their problems? By no means, no more than any child her age. Could she dance or sing, play an instrument or do acrobatics? No, it wasn't any of these either. Did she have magic spells? Was she in touch with the higher plane of reality? Could she read palms or tell the future? No, none of these. Momo was, well, we shall see.
You know, I worried a lot about Momo when she first came here, but she's turned out to be a real blessing.
That young girl's the best thing that's happened to us in years. It's funny. She don't say much, she don't do much, but she's got a way of making you feel really happy just being with her.
Yes, she's got one of the rarest gifts in the world. She really knows how to listen.
Hi, kids. Hi, Guido. Rat face.
Oh, for goodness sake, you two! Stop strutting around like a pair of champion wrestlers on a diet. Have some sense and go to Momo, and make up this ridiculous quarrel.
Yeah, go see Momo. That's it. I'm off. I've shown my goodwill by coming here, but that man's as stubborn as a mule. Momo, you can see that for yourself.
Goodbye and good riddance. You needn't have come here in the first place. I wouldn't have made it up with a vicious brute like you.
Vicious brute? Who are you calling a vicious brute? Say that again, if you dare.
As often as you like. I suppose you're too big and tough to face up to the truth. That's right. Come here and murder me like you tried to the other day.
I wish I had you, little worm. Momo, all I did was to pick him up and dunk him in a pool of slops behind that lousy inn of his. You couldn't even drown a rat in there.
But you ruined my best apron.
Ha! That'll teach you to slap my face in front of all your customers.
Only after you tried to smash my best crockery.
That's another dirty lie. All I did was to throw a jug at the wall and it was cracked already.
No, B, it was my jug. You had no right to do such a thing.
No right? You know what he said about me? He said that I couldn't build a wall straight because I was drunk 24 hours a day. And my grandfather was the same and he had helped to build the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, Leaning Tower of Pisa. Well, anyway, I was just joking.
Ha! Some joke. I don't think.
Well, what kind of a joke is it to find this in is out painted on my front door?
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have painted your door, but I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't refused to serve me that little glass of wine. That was too much. You had no right.
No right, did I? Well, what about the St. Anthony business? That floored you, hadn't it? You cheated me left, right and centre. I wasn't going to take it lying down.
I cheated you? You've got it the wrong way around, buddy. It was you that tried to cheat me, but I outsmarted you.
What?
Look, Momo, all I did was to get Nino to part with that old picture he had up on the wall. But that sly fox was laughing up his sleeve when he conned a good radio out of me for it.
But he knew all along there's a fat banknote stuck in the back of the picture. He deliberately cheated me out of it. Be honest, Salvatore. You knew about that money before we made the deal, didn't you?
Of course, or I would have never been fool enough to go through with it.
In other words, you diddled me.
What? You mean you really didn't know about the money?
No, I swear I didn't.
There you are then. It was you that tried to diddle me. Or else you would have never taken the picture in exchange for that worthless scrap of newspaper.
How did you know about the money?
I saw another customer tuck it in the back of the picture as Thanksgiving for St. Anthony.
Was it a lot of money?
Only about what the radio was worth.
I see. So that's what all this is about. Clipping from a magazine.
Well, guess so. You're welcome to have it back, Nino.
Certainly not. A deal's a deal. We shook hands on it after all.
Although Momo listened to grown-ups and children with equal sympathy and attention, the children had a special reason for enjoying their visits to the amphitheatre as much as they did. Now that she was living there, they found they could play better games than ever before. For some reason, Momo's mere presence put bright ideas into their heads. They invented new games every day, and each was an improvement on the last. The amphitheatre became a fantastic world in which they spent every minute of their spare time after their daily chores or schoolwork was done. Even when people have a great many friends, there are always one or two they love best of all, and Momo was no exception. She had two very special friends who came to see her every day and shared what little they had with her. One was young and the other old, and no two men could have been more unlike, but Momo could not have said which of them she loved more. Here comes the old one now. Beppo Rosesweep is his name.
You see, Momo, it's like this. Sometimes, when you have a very long street ahead of you, you think how terribly long it is, and you feel sure you'll never get it swept, and you start to hurry. You work faster and faster, and every time you look up, there seems to be just as much left to sweep as before. That's not the way to do it. You must never think for the whole street at once. Understand? You must only concentrate on the next step, the next breath, and the next stroke of the broom, and the next and the next. Nothing else. That way, you will enjoy your work, which is important, because then you make a good job of it. And yeah, that's important too.
Oh, Beppo, it makes me feel so safe that there are people in the world like you, although there could never be anyone just like my dear, kind Beppo.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Bon voyage. Ah, I forget something.
Oh, Guido, up to your usual tricks again?
I'm only doing what poets do. Besides, my customers get their money's worth, don't they? I give them what they want. Maybe you won't find my stories in the guidebooks, but who knows if the stuff in the guidebooks isn't made up too. Besides, what is true and untrue? Who can really be sure what happened here 1,000 years ago? Can you?
No, Guido.
There you are then. How can you call my stories untrue? Things may have happened exactly the way I say they did, in which case I'd be telling the gospel truth. You know, one day I dream of being rich and famous, to live in a great mansion, to eat off gold plates, to sleep between silken sheets. One day,
You'll have to work awfully hard for that, won't you, Guido?
What's so clever about working hard for your money? Anyone can get rich quick that way. But who wants to look like the people that have sold themselves body and soul for money? Well, they can count me out. Even if there are times when I don't have the price for a cup of coffee. I'm still me, Guido, still Guido, and you're still my Princess Momo.
Oh, Guido, I hope you never change.
Life holds one great but quite commonplace mystery. Though shared by each of us and known to all, it seldom rates a second thought. This mystery, which most of us take for granted and never think twice about, is time. Calendars and clocks exist to measure time, but this signifies little. Of course, we all know that an hour can seem eternity, or pass in a flash, according to how we spend it. Time is life itself, and life resides in the human heart. What we have also been unaware of, I think, are the dangers that lie in wait for us once we begin to fail to appreciate the time that is allotted to us. Such a man was Figaro, a barber in the city.
Life's passing me by, and what am I getting out of it? Snip, snip, snip with scissors. Chat, chat, chat to the customers, lathering their faces. This way, please, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Is that the most I can expect? When I'm dead, it'll be as though I never existed. I'm an utter failure. I mean, what do I amount to? A small-time barber, that's all. If only I could lead the right kind of life, I'd be a different person altogether. The trouble is, my work leaves me no time for that sort of thing. And you need time for the right kind of life. You've got to be free. But I'm a lifelong prisoner of scissors, lather, and chit-chat. So good morning, sir. What's it to be, a shave or haircut?
Never, thank you. I'm from the Time Saving Bank. Allow me to introduce myself. Agent number XYQ-384-B. We here wish to open an account with us.
That's news to me. To be honest, I didn't know such a bank existed.
Well, you know now, don't you? Your name is Figaro, isn't it?
Yes, that's me.
Good. When I've come to the right address. You're on our list of applicants.
How come?
It's like this, my dear sir, you're wasting your life. Cutting hair, lavering faces, and swapping out your chit-chat. When you're dead, it'll be as though you never existed. If only you had the time to lead the right kind of life, you'd be a different person. Time is all you need, right?
But that's just what I was thinking a moment ago.
You see? You need more time. But how are you going to find it? By saving it, of course. You, Mr. Figaro, are wasting your time in a totally irresponsible way. Let me prove it to you. There are 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour, right?
Yes.
24 hours in a day and 365 and a quarter days in a year. How long do you think you'll live, Mr. Figaro?
70 or 80, God willing.
Very well, let's call it 70. That makes, let me see, 2,207,520,000 seconds. That, Mr. Figaro, is the extent of the capital at your disposal. Yes, it's an impressive figure, isn't it? But let's continue. How old are you?
For 42, sir.
And how many hours do you spend sleeping and eating?
Maybe 8 hours eating, sleeping, and 2 hours eating.
Sounds on the low side to me. But assuming it is correct, we wipe out 510,376,000 seconds and 441,595,000 seconds for sleeping. Now you live alone with your elderly mother and talk to her for at least half an hour every day, although she's practically stone deaf. That's more time wasted. 59,445,000 seconds. You also give a budgie who demands 15 minutes a day. That's 13,997,000 seconds in 42 years. But don't interrupt. Now your mother is arthritic too, so you do most of the shopping and household chores. That's 297,455,000 seconds squandered in useless activities. What's the matter, Mr. Figaro? Aren't you feeling well? Something wrong?
No, I mean, yes, please excuse me.
Now, Mr. Figaro, something rather personal. Your little secret, if you know what I mean.
So you know about Miss Daria too? I didn't think anyone else knew.
There's no room for secrets in today's world. Let's look at the matter rationally. Do you plan to marry Miss Maria?
No.
Quite so. She's paralysed and confined to a wheelchair. But you visit her for half an hour every day and take her flowers. Why?
She's always so pleased to see me.
Yes, but it's more time wasted. 297,465,000 seconds. Let's see how much time you've wasted up to now. 26,910,637,000 seconds. Let's see what that leaves you to date. There, can you read that?
0, 0, 0, 0. So that's what my life amounts to. Just a lot of zeros. God.
Can you really afford to go on like this, Mr. Figaro? Wouldn't you like to start saving right away? Right. Now, if you saved just 2 hours a day for 20 years, do you realise how much you would have saved? 27,910,441,000 seconds. Mr. Figaro, what I ask you are 2 busy hours in comparison with a sum of that magnitude.
Why, nothing. A mere flea bite.
But that's not all. The Time Saving Bank not only takes care of the time you save, but pays you interest too. You see, your savings double every 5 years. If you save just 2 hours a day for 40 years, would have had a credit balance of 97,910,637,000 seconds. 10 times your entire lifespan. Think of it, Mr. Figaro. If that's not a paying proposition, I don't know what is.
You're right. What a fool I was not to start saving time years ago. It hadn't dawned on me till now, and I have to admit, I'm appalled.
No need to be, none at all. It's never too late to save time. You can start today if you want to.
Of course I do. What do I have to do?
Surely you know how to save time, my dear sir. Work faster. Stick to the essentials. Avoid time wasting chitter-chatter with customers. Reduce the time you spend with your mother. Even better, put her in a nice, cheap old folks home. Get rid of that useless budgie and see Miss Maria once every 2 weeks, if at all. Incidentally, I'd advise you hang a really accurate clock up on your wall.
Fine, I can manage all that. But what about the time I save? Where do I pay it in? Or do you come and collect it? How does your system operate?
Don't worry, rest assured. We won't mislay a single second of the time you save. You find you haven't a moment left over.
All right, I'll take your word for it. But don't I have to sign something? Isn't there a contract of some kind?
My dear chap, time saving can't be compared to any other kind of saving. It calls for trust on both sides. Your word is good enough for us, especially if you can't go back on it. Congratulations, Mr. Figaro, and welcome to great ranks of a time-saving movement. A truly modern and aggressive member of the community. Good day.
Morning, food, old man. Are you right? Look a bit pale.
What? Oh no, I'm fine. Shave or haircut?
No, old man. You don't only shave once a week. No. Come to pass the time of day with you. And share this little job. Mine is very best.
Oh really, Enrico? You know I can't afford to waste my valuable time drinking and gossiping with you. Now be off. I'm a busy man. I've plenty to do.
Now. What's come over you? Get over the wrong side of bed or something? All right. I'm off. I can tell when I'm not wanted. Gone. See you round.
Breakfast on people's time. Really. What's the matter with me? Something's happened. Something I've forgotten. Like a dream. Like a cold, cold dream.
Yes, it's the same with me. Fewer and fewer people come to listen to my stories. It isn't like it used to be. Something's wrong.
But what?
You're right. It's closing in. It's the same while I was sitting. I've noticed it for quite a time.
Notice what, Bufo?
Nothing good. It's getting colder.
Never mind, more and more children come here anyway.
Exactly. It's just it.
What do you mean?
They don't come for the sake of our company. It's just the refuge they're after. That's all.
I know, they come from everywhere now, but they just don't know how to play anymore. Sometimes they bring these really expensive toys that do everything. We just keep bored watching them.
Hey Gato, what about a story? Go on. Hey, turn it down, can't you? Can't hear you. Turn it down! Nobody tells me what to do. I can have my radio on as loud as I like.
That's right. We can't forbid him to make such a din. The most we can do is to ask him not to.
Then he ought to go somewhere else. He's already ruined the whole afternoon.
I expect he has his reasons. He's sure to have.
Tell us a story, Guido.
Yeah.
You yucky. No, scary.
An adventure story.
Well, you know, I'm not really in the mood. I'd far rather you tell me something about yourselves and your homes.
We've got a new car. On Saturdays, if Mum and Dad have the time, they wash it. Oh, good. I'm allowed to help. I want a car like that when I'm older.
I can go to the movies every day if I like. My parents don't have time for me, and it's cheaper than a babysitter anyway. I'm saving up enough to go and see the Seven Dwarfs though.
Don't be silly, they don't exist.
They do so. I've even seen pictures of them in a travel brochure. Yeah, and I've got 11 books on tape. I've got more than you, I've got 13.
I've got 3 buildings.
Anyway, I can listen to whenever I want. Once upon a time, my dad used to tell me stories, but he's hardly ever home now. And when he is, he's too tired and grumpy.
What about your mother?
Oh, she's out all day too.
It's the same with us. I'm lucky though, having Rosa to keep me company. When I get home from school, I heat up our supper, and then I do my homework, and then we just hang around till it gets dark. We come here usually.
Same here.
Personally, I'm glad my parents don't have time for me these days. All they do is quarrel and fight, and then they take it out on me.
At least I get a lot more pocket money than I used to.
Sure you do. The grown-ups dish out money to get rid of us. They don't like us anymore. They don't like themselves anymore. If you ask me, they don't like anything anymore.
That's not true. My parents like me a lot. It's not their fault not having any time to spare. Just the way things are. They bought me this radio to keep me company. And it costs a lot. That proves how fond of me, doesn't it?
Yes. It's closing in.
I may not be able to come here much longer.
Why not?
My parents think you're a bunch of lazy good-for-nothings. They say you fritter your time away. They say you and your sort have got so much time in your hands that other people have to make do with less and less. And if I keep coming here, I'll end up just like you. That's what they say.
Is that what you all think of us? If so, why do you keep on coming?
I couldn't care less. My old man says I'll end up in prison anyway. I'm on your side.
I see. So you do think we're stealing time from other people?
Our parents wouldn't lie to us, would they? Aren't you the time thieves then?
I swear, I've never stolen such a second in another person's time. So help me God.
Neither have I.
All right, and while we're on the subject, people used to enjoy coming to sit with Momo or listening to my stories. Seems to me it's all the pleasant things I don't have time for anymore. The other day I bumped into old Figaro, the barber in town. I hardly recognised him. He was so changed, irritable, grumpy and depressed. He used to be such a cheerful type, always singing and chattering. Now all of a sudden he hasn't the time for that anymore. And he's not the only one. Something strange is going on. I think it's catching.
You're right. It must be.
In that case, our friends need help. Hey, look who it is, Nino and Liliana.
Hello, Momo dear. Oh, it's so nice to see you again. It's been ages. I've been wanting to come and see you, but Nino never seems to have any spare time these days.
Well, you know how it is. I seem to have so many worries just now.
Yes, you certainly have, getting rid of our regular customers. That's all he worries about these days. Do you remember this old man who used to sit in the corner table in the bar, Momo? Well, he sent him packing. He chucked him out.
So I didn't. I asked them quite politely to take their custom elsewhere. I was perfectly within my rights as landlord.
Your rights was downright mean and cruel. They'll never find another easygoing inn like ours.
I should certainly hope not. No decent, well-heeled customer would patronise a place while those stubble-chinned old codgers were there. We won't get anywhere serving customers one measly glass of wine an evening. We've always done alright so far. So far, maybe, but you know the rents have gone up. How am I going to find the extra money if I turn the inn into a home for doddering old down-and-outs? I'm thinking of you and the children, Liliana.
One of those doddering old down-and-outs is my Uncle Enrico. And if you don't go and apologise to him and invite them back, you can stop worrying about me and the children, because we'll leave you to enjoy your well-heeled customers by yourself.
Oh dear. What to do? I don't know. They were nice old boys, really. I was fond of them. I feel bad about them, Mama, but what can you do? You have to be more ruthless in business these days. Anyway, must rush along. No time to waste. We'll come again and see you sometime. Bye, Mama.
See you.
Bye, Guido. Bye, bye. Bye.
Yes, it's closing in.
Hello, I'm Lola, the living doll.
Hello, I'm Momo.
I belong to. All the other kids envy you because I'm yours.
You aren't mine. Someone must have left you here by mistake.
I'd like some nice new things.
Would you? I doubt I've got anything you'd care for, but you're welcome to look. Here, this is all I've got. If you'd like anything, just tell me.
Hello, I'm Lola, the living doll.
I know, but you told me you wanted something. How about this lovely pink seashell? Would you like it?
I belong to. All the other kids envy you because I'm yours.
I know. You told me that too. Okay, if you don't want my things, let's play a game together, shall we?
I'd like some nice new things.
I don't have anything else. Let's pretend you've come to pay me a visit.
Hello, I'm Lola, the living doll.
Hello, how nice of you to call. Have you come far?
I belong to. All the other kids envy you because I'm yours.
Look, we'll never get anywhere if you keep on repeating yourself like this.
I'd like some nice new things.
What a lovely doll you have there. It must be the envy of all your playmates. I'll bet it cost a fortune.
I wouldn't know. I found it lying around.
Well, I never. You are a lucky girl and no mistake. All the same, you don't look too pleased. I've been watching you, and it's obvious you don't have the first idea how to play with such a marvellous doll as this. Shall I show you?
I'd like some nice new things.
You see? She's telling you herself. You can't play with her like you'd play with any old doll. If you don't want to get bored, you have to give her things. Look here. What's saying? Ah, there. That should keep you happy for a while. If you get bored again, there are lots more nice things. And when Lola has everything, then you can get Butch, Lola's perfect boyfriend. And he needs lots of cars, checkbooks, bar salts, and deodorant. So you see, you never need to get bored, because there's always more to have. Well, now do you see how to play with dolls like that? You would like to have all these nice things? Of course you would. Well, I'll give them to you as a present. You don't have to do anything in return. Just play with them like I showed you. What do you say? You won't need your friends anymore, don't you see? It'll have so much to amuse you, and you can keep on getting more. You've set your heart on this fabulous doll, haven't you? What? You modern children are never satisfied, honestly. What possibly wrong with Lola?
I don't think anyone could love it. Here, I mean.
That's not the point.
But I do love my friends.
Momo, I think we should have a serious talk. It's time to learn what matters in life. Your name is Momo, isn't it? All right, Momo. You say you love your friends, but how much do they really gain from your existence? Are you any practical use to them? No. Do you help them get on in the world, make more money, make something of their lives? No, again. Do you help them in their efforts to save time? No. You're a distraction. You're a millstone around their neck, an obstacle to their progress. Is this what you call love? And that is why we wish to protect your friends from you. If you really love your friends, you'll help us.
Who's we?
The Time Saving Bank. I'm agent number BLY-553-C. I wish you no harm personally, but the Time Saving Bank is not an organisation to be trifled with. Don't bother. You're no match for us.
Isn't there anyone who loves you?
I must say, I've never met anyone like you before. If there were more like you, we would have to close down the Time Saving Bank and dissolve into thin air. We must remain unrecognized. No one must know of our existence. We make sure no one remembers us or our business. It's a wearisome business too, bleeding people of their time, by hour, by minute and second. We drain it off. We hoard it. Human beings have no idea of the value of their time, but we do. We suck them dry. We need more and more time each day, because there are more and more of us. More and more. What happened to me? You've been spying on me. I'm ill and it's all your fault. I've been talking nonsense, Momo. Forget it. Forget me like everyone else. You must. You must.
Now we can rescue everyone. Not just our friends, but the whole city. The whole world. It's up to us. Just us. We'll be heroes.
Now wait a bit, kiddo. Don't get carried away. Time thieves are obviously very dangerous. We have to think carefully.
But how do you think they do it? Do you suppose they have a machine like a tape recorder that records the time? If we knew where it was, we could play back all the missing time.
Yeah. Right then. The first thing to do is find a scientist who can help us.
You and your scientists, who says they can help us? They're most likely to be in league with the time thieves.
If you ask me, our best plan is to go to the police and tell them everything.
What a crazy idea. These aren't ordinary thieves. The cops couldn't do a thing, even if they believed it.
Well then, let's tell everybody about them. Then they can't be secret anymore.
Yeah.
You're right. We'll hold a mass demonstration in the city. Hold up the traffic. Block off the street.
Yeah, we'll make big posters and placards telling the truth. Everyone will go wild with excitement.
Right then, now we're getting somewhere. This is a good idea. We'll hold a big demonstration to attract the attention of the whole city. And then we'll invite everyone here to this amphitheatre. Are we all in favour?
Yeah!
Right then, we'll invite everyone to a meeting here at this amphitheatre on Sunday afternoon. Right then, let's get to work.
It's no use waiting any longer. No one will turn up now. Good night.
It's hopeless. We can't count on the grown-ups. We know that now. I never did trust them anyway. As far as I'm concerned, they can stew in their own juice. See you, Momo.
Bye. Good night. Are you going too?
I've got to. I'm on night duty.
Night duty?
Yes. Unloading garbage at the city dump. I'm due there in half an hour.
But it's Sunday, and you've never had to do that before.
They say it's temporary, but there's too much garbage to handle now, apparently.
What a shame. I wish you could stay.
So do I. Still, I have to. Goodbye, my friends.
Good night, Beppo. Heavens! I have to go too. I have to start my new job tonight. I'm a night watchman. Didn't I tell you? I'm sorry our plan didn't work out, but it was fun all the same. Tremendous fun marching through the streets like that. Strange how no one seemed to take much notice. Anyway, we'll just have to come up with a new plan, a new game, eh, Momo?
Wasn't a game.
I know how you feel, but I must go now. You go and get some sleep. You'll feel better in the morning. Good night.
Hey Beppo, we're off home now. Are you coming?
Wait for me. Just taking a little breather. See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
The Supreme Court is now in session. Court agent BLW-503-C.
Court agent number BLW.
Call agent BLW, just 553-C.
Are you agent BLW-503-C?
I am.
How long have you been employed by the time-saving bank?
Ever since I came into existence, Your Honour.
That goes without saying. Please spare us such irrelevancies. When did you come into existence?
11 years, 3 months, 6 days, 8 hours, 32 minutes and 18 seconds ago, Your Honour.
Are you aware there's a substantial number of children paraded through the streets today, bearing placards and banners, and even entertaining the outrageous notion of inviting the entire city to attend a briefing on our activities?
It hadn't escaped me.
And how do you account for these children knowing about us or our activities?
It's a mystery to me, Your Honour. I would point out to the court that we easily managed to squash the meeting by allowing people no time to attend it, even though we hadn't.
Defendant! Do you realise who you are?
Yes, Your Honour.
This is no human court. You are being tried by your own kind. Lying to us is futile. You know that.
It's an occupational habit.
It is for this court to decide how seriously to take the children. But I need hardly remind you that they present a greater threat to us than anyone else.
I know.
Children are our natural enemies, but for them we would have had mankind in our power long ago. Adults are foes yet to turn into time savers. That's why one of our sacred commandments states, leave the children to last. Are you familiar with this commandment, defendant?
Yes, indeed, Your Honour.
And yet, we have proof that one of us not only got into a conversation with the child, but betrayed us. Do you happen to know who this was?
It was me, Your Honour.
And why did you break this sacred commandment?
Because the child in question had been seriously impeding our work by turning people against us. I had the interest of the time-saving bank at heart. I swear.
Your intentions are of no concern to us here. Results are what counts, and the results of your actions could be disastrous. Do you plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honour, but I plead extenuating circumstances. I was bewitched by the child into betraying us. I can't explain how it happened, but I swear that's how it was.
Your excuses are irrelevant and immaterial. The law allows no exceptions. But we shall certainly devote some time and attention to this unusual child. What is its name?
Momo, Your Honour.
Male or female?
A girl.
Place of residence?
The ruined amphitheatre.
Very well. You may rest assured that this child will not harm us again. We will neutralise her. Let that thought console you. Now the sentence is about to be passed and carried out.
What is the sentence?
Agent BRW, you are found guilty of high treason and hereby sentenced to be deprived of all time forthwith.
Mercy, mercy, mercy.
Oh my God! The great gentlemen are real! Must well, Mama, I must hurry.
Hello, who might you be? Nice of you to come and keep me company, tortoise, even if nobody else will. What can I do for you?
To begin with, you can follow me. Exactly.
Do you mean me? It really does mean me. Keep on going, I'm right behind you.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
Where's the little girl? I must find her. One of you people know where she is.
The bird appears to have flown.
It's highly exasperating. Children should be safely tucked up in bed at this hour, not gallivanting around in the dark. If you ask me, looks like someone tipped her off just in time.
Impossible. Who could have known of our intentions before us? Could there be anyone?
If someone did tip her off, she would have made herself scarce. We're wasting our time looking here.
Well, what do you suggest then?
Notify the headquarters to launch a full-scale manhunt.
First thing I'll ask is would they thoroughly search this neighbourhood.
Very well then, we'll search this area first then. But if the girl's already cleared out, we're making a big mistake.
Nonsense! Even if she is, headquarters can still launch a full-scale manhunt. The girl can't escape. She doesn't stand a chance.
All right, gentlemen, let's get going. You all know what's at stake.
Never lie. I say, Walter, and you can tell me where we're going. We've been walking for hours. Don't be scared. I'm not. I'm just wondering, that's all. The funny thing, we're walking so slowly, but we haven't bumped into a single person or been run over by a fast car or anything. Here we are. No, we have. Professor Secundus Minutus Horror.
That's it. It's no use. We'll never catch them now.
But why were we rooted to the spot? I don't understand.
Neither do I. The question is, will they take it into account when we come back empty-handed?
You mean they may put us on trial?
Well, they certainly won't give us a pat on the back now.
Holy time! What are we waiting for? Gentlemen, the situation is grave. The facts are unpalatable but inescapable. Every available agent was assigned to track down the girl Momo. This operation lasts a total of 6 hours, 13 minutes and 8 seconds. The total cost to us, gentlemen, has been accurately calculated at 3,738,559,114 seconds. Gentlemen, this is more than a whole human lifetime. I need hardly remind you what such a deficit means to us. Look at our savings. Our reserves of time are not inexhaustible, gentlemen. There must be no repeating of this disastrous affair, and I shall strongly oppose any such time-consuming activities. Time is to be saved, not squandered. Thank you for your attention, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, we all have the interests of the time-saving bank at heart. However, we must not become unnecessarily alarmed. Our reserves of time are immense. A human lifetime is a mere pinprick. I must remind you that nothing like this has ever happened before, and the chances of it happening again are extremely remote. As to the girl, why? We have achieved our purpose. She's apparently fled beyond the borders of time, and we have rid of her, in other words, and should congratulate ourselves. Thank you, gentlemen.
I shall be brief. In my opinion, the law speaks soothing words with the least irresponsible. This Momo is no ordinary child. She possesses powers that may present a serious threat to our activity. We must be on our guard. Having managed to leave the realm of time, she may re-enter it at any moment. And she will. You mark my words. Gentlemen, pardon me for being blunt, but we're dodging the issue. The chance of any creature crossing the borders of time are 42 million to 1. In other words, someone helped the girl elude us. You all know who I mean. The person in question titles himself Professor Ford. Gentlemen! Oh, self-control, please. I am aware that the mention of this name is, well, not quite proper, but we must not blind ourselves to the facts. If the girl did receive assistance from that man, he must have had his reasons, and these reasons are bound to be detrimental to us. He'll send the girl back and arm her against us. She may become a mortal danger. No, gentlemen, in the last resort, we must stake everything we possess. I repeat, everything.
Gentlemen, quiet please. We keep debating how best to get rid of the girl Momo. Our motive is fear, but fear is a bad counsellor. We are missing a golden opportunity. Why shouldn't we persuade the girl to join us? Why not get her on our side? This child, gentlemen, has found the route to the aforesaid that has eluded us for so long. She can lead us there, and then we can speedily deal with the aforesaid in our own way. Once that is done, we need no longer toil at gathering time by the hour, minute, and second. No, gentlemen, we will have captured mankind's entire store of time at one stroke, and all with the help of the girl whom you wish to eliminate.
like the girl. Remember what happened to Agent BLW-553-C?
Who said anything about lying to her? We tell her all about our plans, naturally.
Then she'd never go along with it. A whole lot just preposterous.
Don't be too sure, my friends. We could make her a tempting proposition. We could promise her all the time she wants.
And break our promise later, of course.
Yes, of course not.
Not?
We have to be honest with this young lady.
No. I can never agree to that. If we gave her all the time she wants, it would cost us a fortune.
Hardly that, sir. How much time can one child consume? After all, a minor drain on our resources, which we could charge to overheads. Consider the advantages, gentlemen.
All the same, it would never work. The fact is, the girl already possesses all the time she could possibly want. There'd be no point in trying to bribe her with something she already has plenty of.
May I speak, Chairman? This girl, I understand, is very fond of her friends.
Oh.
She loves devoting time to others. What would become of her if there was no one to share her time with?
No.
I suggest that we concentrate on her friends. The principal persons concerned are here named as Beppo Road Sweeper and Ghetto Guide. I also have here a list of all the children who visit her. We will simply lure these people away. What will all Momo come out to if she's all on her own? A burden, a positive curse. Sooner or later, she won't be able to stand it anymore. And when that time comes, we'll present her with our terms. I wager 1,000 years to a microsecond that she'll show us the way, just to get her friends back.
So you're back, Cassiopeia. Did you bring Momo? Really, Professor? When did I ever let you down? Well, where is she then?
Here I am.
Welcome. Welcome to Nowhere House. Permit me to introduce myself, Momo. My name is Hora, Professor Secundus Minutus Hora.
Were you really expecting me?
But of course. Why else would I send Cassiopeia to fetch you? In fact, you seem uncommonly punctual. But now, Momo, to business. You've had a long journey, and I'm sure you could eat a hearty breakfast. There, little Momo. Please tuck in.
Please, Professor, why did you send the tortoise to fetch me?
Ah, well, that was to protect you from the men in grey. They're searching for you everywhere. And with me is the only place that you'll be safe.
You mean they want to hurt me?
Yes, my child, in a manner of speaking.
But why?
Because they're afraid of you. No one could have done them greater harm.
But I haven't done anything to them.
Oh, yes, you have. You not only persuaded one to betray himself, but you told all your friends about him. What's more, you and your friends tried to broadcast the truth about the men in grey. Isn't that enough to make you their mortal enemy?
But we walked right through the city, the tortoise and I. If they were searching for me everywhere, they could easily have caught us. We weren't going fast.
Well, Cassiopeia, what's your opinion? Could they have caught you?
Not on your life.
You see, Cassiopeia can see into the future. Not far, about half an hour.
Correction. Exactly half an hour.
Oh, pardon me, Cassiopeia.
Professor, do you know the men in grey well?
As well as they know me.
Do they ever come here?
Never fear, Momo. They can't get in. They couldn't even if they knew the way to Nowhere House, which they don't. But I'll show you how I know about them, and you for that matter. You see, I never leave this house. But try these on.
Oh, I can see all the men in grey around the city. They're waving their arms and shouting. They look angry or worried.
It's you they're talking about. They can't seem to understand how you managed to escape them.
Ressa, why are they all so grey in the face?
Because they feed on dead matter. They live on people's time. But time dies when it's wrested away from its rightful owners.
So the men in grey aren't human?
No, their appearance is merely a disguise.
What are they then?
Strictly speaking, they're nothing. Nothing at all. They exist because people give them the opportunity to do so. Naturally, they seize that opportunity and they can end up ruling people's lives.
What would happen if they couldn't steal any more time?
They'd vanish into thin air, which is where they came from. But unfortunately, they already have plenty of human accomplices. That's the worst part.
No one's going to steal any of my time.
I should hope not too.
Tell me, Professor, what is time?
You'll have to work out your own answer to that question, my dear.
It exists, but you can't hold it or touch it. Could it be like a perfume? Then again, it's always passing by, like the wind. No, wait. Perhaps it's a kind of music that you don't hear because it's always there. Though I think I've heard it before sometimes, very, very faintly. But there must be more to it than that. The music comes from far off, but I seem to hear it deep inside me. Perhaps time works like that, like the wind making waves on the sea. Oh, I expect I'm just talking nonsense.
Not at all. I think you put it very well indeed. That's why I'm going to let you into a secret. All the time in the world comes from here. Nowhere else, never lane.
I see. You mean you make it yourself?
No, my child. I'm in its custodian. All human beings have their allotted span of time. It is my task to see that it reaches them.
In that case, can't you stop it from being stolen by the time thieves?
No, my child. What people do with their time is their own business. They must guard it themselves. Just as people have eyes to see light with, and ears to hear sounds with, so they have a heart for the appreciation of time. And all the time they fail to appreciate is as wasted on them, as the colours of a rainbow on blind eyes, or the song of a nightingale on deaf ears. Some hearts are unappreciative of time, I fear, but they beat like all the rest.
What will happen when my heart stops beating?
When that moment comes for you, Momo, time will stop for you. Or rather, you will retrace your steps through every hour, minute and second of your life until you go out through the great round silver gate you entered by and become part of the music that you've heard only faintly. It's really not as frightening as people seem to think.
No, I don't think I'm frightened.
Would you like to see where time comes from? Yes. Very well, I'll take you there, but only if you promise not to talk or ask questions. Understood?
Professor Hora. I never knew everyone's time was so big.
What you have just seen and heard, Momo, was not everyone's time. It was merely your own. There's a place like that in every living soul.
Where was it?
In the depths of your own heart, my child.
Professor, may I bring my friends to see you?
No, I'm afraid not. It wouldn't be possible.
How long can I stay here with you then?
Until you feel it's time to rejoin your friends.
May I tell them what the stars were saying?
You may, but I'm afraid you won't be able to.
Why not?
Because before you can, the words of the song must take root inside of you.
But I want so much to tell them, all of them. I want to sing what the voices sang. Then everything would come right again, I think.
If that's what you really want, Momo, you must learn to wait.
I don't mind waiting.
I mean wait, like a seed that has to slumber in the earth before it can sprout. That's how long it will take for the words to grow up inside of you. Is that what you really want?
Yes.
Then sleep, Momo, sleep.
Yes? Well, what do you want?
The thing is, something dreadful must have happened to her.
Really? What's it all about?
It's about our mama, our girl.
Is she yours?
No. I mean, yes, but I'm not her father.
No, I mean yes. Who are her parents then? Who does she live with?
She lives by herself. This is to say she used to, but now she's gone. She used to live in the ruined amphitheatre.
Just a minute. If I understand you correctly, the ruins have until recently been occupied by a young female vagrant named... What did you say her name was?
Momo.
Momo. Well, Momo what? Go
Momo.
on, I need her full name.
Momo, nothing. Just Momo.
See here, old timer, you'll have to do better than this. I'm trying to be helpful, but I can't file a report without your cooperation. Better start by giving me your name.
Beppo.
Beppo. Beppo what?
Beppo Rotu.
Your name, I said, not occupation.
It's both.
God, give me strength. Why did it have to be on duty now, of all times? Now, just you tell me the whole story from start to finish.
All of it.
Anything that's relevant. I'm up to my eyes in work. I've got this whole stack of forms to complete by lunchtime. I'm just about at the end of my tether. But don't let that bother you. Take your time and tell me what's on your mind.
Well, you see, Momo found out about the time thieves who are operating all over the city. They call themselves the Time Sewing Bank. And they persuade people to give up their time to them. They live in it. And if they can't get any time, they dissolve it into thin air. They dissolve into thin air. I know, I've seen them. Anyway, they think Momo's dangerous to them. And they kidnapped her. I'm sure of it.
I see. So you're telling me that an unlikely sounding girl, whose existence remains to be proved, may have been kidnapped and carried off, you can't say where, by ghosts of some kind. Is that what you expect us to investigate?
Yes, please.
Breathe on me. You don't appear to be drunk.
No, I've never been drunk in my life.
Then why tell me such a cock and bull story? Did you really think I'd be stupid enough to believe it?
Yes.
Oh, come on now, get out. Out.
Beppo, isn't it? Beppo Road Sweeper?
Yes.
I've been authorised to make a proposition to you. I imagine you'd like to see the girl Momo again?
Where is she? What have you done to her?
Now, calm down. She is safe, but your efforts to rescue her can change that. Just remember that. Now, here's the proposition in a nutshell. You can have the girl back on conditions that you promise never to utter another word about us or our existence. In addition, we require you to deposit 100,000 hours of your time with us. This is our final offer. Well,
I agree.
very sensible of you. Now, when you've saved 100,000 hours, you can have the girl back. Good day to you, sir.
100,000 hours. Oh God, Momo.
Good morning, Tortoise. Was it you who took me to Professor Hora's last night? Oh, what a pity. You're only an ordinary tortoise after all. And not... Oh, I've forgotten what she was called. Such a pretty name, long and foreign sounding.
Cassiopeia.
That's it. It is you. You are Professor Horace Tortoise. Why didn't you say so right away?
Having breakfast.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. Why am I back here?
By choice.
That's funny. I don't remember wanting to leave. How about you, Cassiopeia? Why are you here?
By choice.
Thanks. That was nice of you.
Not at all.
I can't wait to see Beppo and Guido and all the others.
You'll be waiting a long time then.
Why?
They're all gone.
What? Surely they'll come sometime.
No, they're all gone.
What's happened? I saw them only yesterday.
No, not yesterday.
How long have I been away?
A year and a day.
A year and a day? But surely someone's still waiting for me. Beppo or Guido, all the times we spent together.
No, they're all gone.
But I'm still here.
So am I.
Yes, you are too, Cassiopeia. I'm glad of your company. Let's look around. Hey, look, a letter. To Momo. Dear Momo, I've moved. If you come back, please get in touch with me at once. I miss you a lot and worry about you. If you're hungry, go to Nino's place. I'll foot the bill. Eat as much as you want. Did you hear that? As much as we want. Nino will tell you the rest. I still love you. Keep on loving me. Yours forever, Guido. You see, Cassiopeia, the mystery will soon be solved. I'm not alone after all. First we'll go to Nino's, then we'll find Beppo and Guido and get all the children together again, and we'll all have a lovely party. And I'll tell them all about the professor and the beautiful music. But first I'm looking forward to a good lunch. I'm starving.
Look, Momo, eat whatever you like. Guido will pay for it, but you'll have to line up like the rest.
Oh, Nina, it's so good to see you again. Do you know where Guido is?
Oh, Guido's a celebrity these days. The great Girolamo, they call him. We're all very proud of him. He's one of us, after all. He's on the TV and radio every week, and he's always in the papers. I even had 2 reporters there last week asking me about the old times. I told them how we used...
Move along, can't you? We haven't got all day.
Yeah, what the hell's going on up there? Having a siesta or what?
Why doesn't he come around anymore?
Well, he's too busy now, you see. He's got more important things to do. He tells the stories all over the world.
What's the matter with you? You think we like hanging around here or something?
Where does he live now?
Somewhere on Green Hill. He's got a fine house, so they say, with a great big garden. But do me a favour and come back later.
Where's Beppo?
He waited for you for ages. Thought something terrible had happened to you. Kept on babbling about men in grey or something. You know, Beppo always was a bit eccentric.
You there, when are we going to get some service?
Yes, right away, sir.
What happened then?
He started pestering the police, making a nuisance of himself. He asked them to search for you.
Hell and damnation. Is this a fast food joint or a dentist waiting room? What are you doing? Holding a family reunion or something?
Yes, something like that.
Where is he now, please, Nino?
Nobody knows. He just disappeared. Now, be a good girl and move along, please.
What about the children? What's become of them?
Oh, that's all changed. Child dinner.
Hurry up, you slow cokes, we'd like to eat too sometime.
Do you think we've got all the time in the world? Child depots, is that what they wanted?
Well, it keeps them off the street, doesn't it? That's the main thing.
Damn it all! This is the limit. If you must hold a prayer meeting, hold it somewhere else.
Yeah.
What am I going to do now, without my friends?
Look, be reasonable, Momo. I can't discuss your problems now. You're welcome to come here and eat any time you like, you know that, but... Well, if I were you, I'd report into one of those child depots. You'll end up in one anyway if you go on wandering about.
Can this really be Guido's house? It doesn't look the kind of place he'd choose.
Ah, but it is.
But why is it all shut up? I'll never get in.
Just wait. He'll come.
But how will he know I'm here? I may have to wait ages.
He'll come.
Are you positive?
Quite positive. Goodbye.
Cassiopeia! What do you mean? You aren't leaving me. Where are you going?
To look for you.
Momo! If it isn't my own beloved little Momo. Sorry to give you a fright. Did you hurt yourself? I'm in a tearing hurry, late again as usual. Where have you been all this time? You must tell me the whole story. I've given you up for lost, you know. Did you get my letter? Did you go and have a meal at Nino's new place? Changed a lot, eh? It's... Oh, sorry. Oh, Momo, I can't tell you how often I think the times we spent together. Those were good times, but everything's different now. Can't imagine how different.
I was talking. Is the child hurt?
No, not a bit. Just gave her a fright, that's all.
Serves you right for loitering outside.
But this is Momo, my old friend Momo.
So, she really exists, does she? I always thought she's just a figment of your imagination. We must issue a press release at once. Girolamo united with this fairy princess or something. I'll get to it at once. What a story, the public will lap it up.
No, I'd rather not.
What do you say, Momo? Surely you'd like to see your pictures in the papers, wouldn't you?
Leave her alone.
Look, we better get a move on. We can't afford to miss the plane.
God almighty, you can't even have a quiet chat with a long-lost friend. You see, they never give me a moment's peace, these slave drivers of mine. Never.
Suit yourself, but we're only doing our job. That's what you pass for, Lord and Master, to arrange your schedule and see that you stick to it.
Okay. First things first. Tell me, how come you disappeared like that, Momo?
Listen, I've just had the most fabulous idea. We simply got to introduce Momo to the top brass of the fantasy films. She'll be perfect for the title role in your next film. You know, the one about the girl who becomes a vagrant. Think what a sensation it would make. Momo, starring Momo.
Didn't you hear what I said? I don't want Momo dragged in anything of the kind. Is that clear?
I just don't get it. Firstly, who would jump at such a heaven-sent opportunity?
Well, I'm not most people. Forgive me, Momo. You may not understand this, but I don't want these vultures seeing their talent to you as well as me. Forgive me, ladies. I wasn't meaning you. My nerves are on the edge, that's all.
We know. We're getting used to it.
And now, let's not talk about anything but the two of us.
One more question before it's too late. Could you at least let me do a quick interview with the kid?
That's enough. I want to word with Momo in private. How many times do I have to tell you?
You're always complaining because the publicity I get you doesn't pack a big enough punch.
You're right, but not now. Not now.
It's too bad. A human interest story like this would be a real tearjerker. But have it your way. Maybe we could run it later on when...
Not now, not later, not ever. Now, Connie, shut up.
Well, pardon me. It's your publicity we're discussing, not mine. Think carefully. Can you really afford to pass up such an opportunity at this stage in your career?
No, I can't, but Momo stays out of it. Now, for pity's sake, leave us in peace for a moment. You see how far gone I am? I couldn't go back now, even if I wanted to. Guido's still Guido, remember? Well, Guido isn't Guido anymore. Believe me, Momo, there's nothing more dangerous in life than dreams that come true. At least when they come true like mine. I've nothing left to dream about. Not even you could teach me to dream again. I'm fed up to the teeth with everything and everyone. Most I could do now is to stop telling stories until I was poor and unknown again. But poverty without dreams, no, Momo. That would be sheer hell. I'd far rather stay here. At least it's a comfortable hell. I don't know why I'm rambling on like this. You must find it hard to understand.
I understand one thing, my Guido. You're ill, very ill, and somehow the grey gentlemen are at the bottom of it. I don't know of a cure, but I'll ask the professor. I won't rest until I've found it. I promise, Guido.
If we don't leave now, we'll miss our flight, and you know what that means.
Listen, stay with me, Momo. I'll take you along. I'll take you wherever I go. And you can live in this fine new house of mine, dressed in silk, and sat in like a real princess. Just be there to listen to me, that's all I ask. Perhaps I think up some proper stories like I used to. Just say yes, Momo, and everything will be all right.
Help me, I beg you.
I see. So this is Momo, the girl who thought she could defy us. Just look at her now. The miserable creature. Careful! You know how dangerous she can be. There's no use trying to deceive her. All right, let's try the truth for a change. You're all on your own, little girl. Your friends are all out of reach. You've no one left to share your time with. We planned it such way. You see how powerful we are. There's no point in trying to defy us now. What do these lonely eyes of yours amount to? A curse and a burden. Nothing more.
Sooner or later you won't be able to bear it any longer. Tomorrow, next week, next year, it is all the same to us. In due course you'll come begging to us to relieve you of your burden. Or perhaps you've already reached that stage. So you won't let us help you? But you know what time is.
That proves she really was of a certain person. Do you know about Professor Horror? You actually paid him a visit. So you know about the other leads. You love your friends, don't you? And you'd like to set them free? You could if you only would. It wouldn't take much to save them. You help us and we'll help you. That's only fair, isn't it?
The thing is, we'd like to make Professor Horder's acquaintance, but we don't know where he lives. All we want is for you to show us the way. In return, we'll give you back your friends and let you lead the old carefree life you used to enjoy.
What do you want with the professor?
We just want to make his acquaintance. That's all you need to know. I don't understand you. Think of yourself. Why worry about Professor Horder? He's old enough to look after himself. Anyway, if he cooperates, we won't harm a hair of his head.
What are you going to make him do?
We're tired of collecting people's time by the hour, minute and second. We want it all right away, and Horror's going to hand it over.
But what about the people it belongs to? What will happen to them?
People! People have been enslaved for years! That made the world a place where there's no room left for their own kind. We shall rule the world. But never fear, little Momo. That won't apply to you and your friends. We'll leave you alone to play.
You know we've told you the truth, and we'll keep our promise. So, show us to Professor Horror.
Even if I could, I wouldn't.
What do you mean, if you could? You've been there. You must know the way.
I don't. Only Cassiopeia knows it.
Who's Cassiopeia?
The professor's taught us.
Where is it now?
I don't know. She came with me, but I lost her.
Issue a general alert.
General alert!
Momo, here I am again.
Quick, hide! You mustn't be seen! They're after you!
Why all the fuss?
You mustn't be seen!
But aren't you glad to see me?
Of course I am. You've no idea.
Steady on.
What do we do now?
Go to Horror.
Now, but the men in grey are searching for you everywhere.
We're going anyway.
But we'll run right into them.
Won't meet us all.
You go alone, Cassiopeia. I'm too tired. Give the professor my love.
That's not far.
All right, I'll come. But wouldn't we be quicker if I carried you?
Afraid not.
But I could run and you could tell me the way.
Dear Momo, the way is inside me. Momo isn't to blame. But you, Cassiopeia, you should have known better. Didn't it occur to you that the men in grey may follow you? I could only see half an hour into the future. It was too late by then. Oh, Cassiopeia, even I find you puzzling sometimes. Ah, our guest's awake. I hope you're feeling much better.
Yes, thank you, Professor. Excuse me for falling asleep on your sofa.
It's quite all right. Cassiopeia and my omnivision glasses have brought me up to date.
What are the men in grey doing?
Well, we're under siege actually. They have us completely surrounded. That is as close to nowhere house as they can get.
They can't get in, can they?
No, Momo. You saw for yourself. They vanished into thin air. They set foot in Neverlane. Time runs backwards, there you see. They disappear like bursting bubbles.
Wouldn't it be possible to make time run backwards over the whole world? Just a little while, long enough to make all the time thieves disappear?
What a splendid idea. Unfortunately, it's not possible. The two currents are in balance, you see. Cancel one, and the other would vanish too. Then there'd be no time left. On the other hand, you've given me an idea, but I'll need help. Meanwhile, Cassiopeia, my dear, what's the best thing to do when you're under siege?
Have breakfast.
Quite so. Another splendid idea.
Professor, they say they're going to make you hand over all the time. You won't though, will you?
Have a look through these again. You see, they can't get to me personally, but they can subject the world to an evil far greater than anything they've done so far.
How could that be? What could be worse than stealing people's time?
I allot people their span of time. They can't stop or interrupt it, but they can poison it.
Poison it?
Yes, from the smoke from their cigars. Have you ever seen one without his little grey cigar? Of course not, because without it, he can't exist.
What kind of cigars are they?
Do you remember where the hour blossoms were growing? Everyone has a place like that in their own heart. If people let the men in grey in, they steal more and more of their hour blossoms. Somewhere deep underground, they have a gigantic cold store where they keep them. Then they tear the petals off and roll them into cigars. That's what keeps the men in grey alive. Dead human time.
Oh, to think of all those poor flowers, all that dead time.
Yes, that wall of smoke you saw through my glasses is gradually poisoning all the time I send from here to human beings. It will make them ill.
What sort of illness is it?
A fatal illness. It's called deadly tedium. Slowly you become more dissatisfied with yourself and your life. It gets worse, day by day, week by week. You forget how to laugh or love. By the time the disease reaches this stage, the disease is incurable. That's what they're holding over my head. I've waited until now for people to get rid of these pests. They could have done so, but I can't wait any longer. Will you help me?
I will if I can.
It will be a terrible responsibility. It will be up to you whether the world begins to live again or stand still forever. Can you take that risk?
Yes.
Now listen, I never sleep. If I did, time would stop. The men in grey would have none left to steal. They could continue to exist for a while by using their vast reserves, but once those have gone, they'd vanish into thin air.
Then the answer's simple, surely.
I'm afraid not. You see, there'd be nothing to wake me up again. The world would be at a standstill for eternity. But it lies within my power to give you, and you alone, a single hour, Lily. You would have 1 hour's grace. When the men in grey realise that time has stopped, they'll head straight for their secret reserves. You must follow them.
Good. What happens next?
Now we say goodbye.
Won't we ever see each other again?
Of course we will. And until that day comes, every hour of your life will send you my love. We will always be friends, won't we, Momo? I'm going now, but you mustn't follow me or ask where I'm going. My sleep is no ordinary sleep, and I'd sooner you weren't there. One last thing, Momo. You must open the doors now. Once time has stopped, no power on earth will budge those doors. Goodbye, Momo. Thank you for listening so carefully.
Goodbye, Professor. I'm going to tell everyone about you when this is all over. Oh look, Cassiopeia. But the chocolate in my cup's turned as hard as butterscotch.
You're wasting time.
Cassiopeia! They're not running away at all. They're all heading this way, running up Neverlane.
Quick, hide.
boogie quarters. Very impressed by him outside.
That girl let us in. I distinctly saw her open the door. The sensible child. I wonder how she managed to get around the old man.
If you ask me, that old man's knuckled under. If time really has stopped flying in Neverland, it only means he's switched it off himself. In other words, he knows he's beaten. Where is he, the old mischief maker? I want to finish him off good.
Something's wrong, gentlemen. The clocks! Look at the clocks! Every one of them has stopped! Even this hourglass here!
Maybe he turned them off.
You can't stop an hourglass. See for yourself, gentlemen. The sand's suspended in midair, and the hourglass itself won't budge. What does it mean?
We've just had word from the agents in the city. Their cars have stopped, and so has everything else. The world there stands still. There's not a microsecond to be had anywhere. Time has ceased to exist. Hurry, switch it off.
What do you mean, switch it off? What will become of us when we finish out the guns?
Gentlemen, you know perfectly well what will become of us. Just disastrous.
Horace plans to destroy us.
We must have left the stage at once.
We must reach the time store, but we'll never get there without our cars.
Must car will only last me 27 minutes.
Mine only 48.
Give it to me then.
Are you crazy? It's every man for himself!
Depot! Oh, Depot, I found you at last. Depot?
Come on, Momo. We must hurry.
I'm sorry, Depot. I have to go.
Gentlemen, we must economize. Our reserves must be carefully husbanded. After all, we don't know how long will have to last us.
There's only a few of us left. They'll last us for years.
The sooner we start economizing, the better. I don't have to tell you, gentlemen, what I mean by economizing. As things stand now, it would be quite sufficient if only a few of us survive this disaster. Common sense dictates our ranks be thinned out. May I ask you all to call out your numbers in turn?
1,
2, 3, 4,
5,
6,
7,
8, 9.
I shall now toss up. Heads, even numbers dissolve, tails odd. Heads. Just kidding, tails. Even numbers requested to dissolve forthwith.
6 is an unlucky number.
That's enough. There's no point in reducing our numbers still further. If 6 can't survive, neither can 3.
Not necessarily, but we can always view the situation if the need arises. Later, I mean.
Lucky for us, the door to the time store was open when the disaster struck. If it hadn't been shut, no power on earth could have budged it. We'd be absolutely stuck.
You're not entirely right, I'm afraid. Because the door is open, cold is escaping from the refrigeration plant. That our lilies will slowly thaw out. And you all know what will happen then. We won't be able to prevent them from returning to their original owners.
Do you mean to say that our own cold is insufficient to keep them deep frozen?
There are only 6 of us left, unfortunately. You can calculate our freezing capabilities for yourself. Personally, I feel it's rather rash to cut down our numbers so drastically. It hasn't paid off.
In other words, we may have to sit here for years on end, twiddling our thumbs and griping at each other. I find that dismal prospect, I confess.
What can I do? Open the door. I can't. I'd never move it. Use the flower.
You mean, if I touched it with the elderly, I could move it?
Yes, and you will.
That's that frightful little girl. That's Momo.
Impossible, the creature's moving.
She's got an hour lily.
Is that how she shut the door?
Oh, then we're going to move it ourselves, you stupid idiot! We've got plenty of our lilies!
We didn't have you mean. Only one thing can save us now that the door to the time store is shut. We must get hold of the girl's flower.
No!
Mine! Child, give me the flower! Please, give it to me!
Momo, quick! Open the door! There's only a few seconds left. Go with the flowers, Momo, go!
Hugs and handshakes had died down. Momo's great moment arrived. A hush fell as she stepped into the centre of the amphitheatre. She thought of the music of the stars and the owl lilies. Her heart overflowed and she began to sing.